Hello there everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Super Metroid Suitless, which is a challenge run in which we will beat the game without picking up the Varia suit and the Gravity suit. Last time we made it to the beginning of Brinstar and grabbed an early Super Missile expansion via a Mock Ball. And in this part our main objective will be to get power bombs and to clean up a bit of Crateria and Brinstar, you know, grab some energy tanks so that we can make it through Norfair a little bit easier. Yeah, that'll be what we are going to do in this run, in this part of our playthrough. And in the previous part I said that the Super Metroid section on Metroid2002.com has been updated on March the 10th, 2007 with a page called Skipping the Gravity Suit, and that was wrong. The section wasn't actually being updated on March the 10th, 2007. It was updated on October the 31st, 2007. I got kinda mixed up there, probably because October is the 10th month, so that's why I came up with 10th of March somehow. But yeah, it really was October the 31st, 2007 when the page was being updated, and that makes sense kinda, because the 13% no-boss mini-boss run by Kajardon was performed on April the 1st, 2007. You know, that crazy run which used X-ray climbing for the first time, which was done on April Fools, where Kajardon has registered as a Metroid elitist, and he jokingly made a post with horrible grammar saying that he completed a no-boss mini-boss run with 13% items, and the joke was that it wasn't actually an April Fool's. He really did that on a European PAL version where he skipped Torizo in a tool-assisted run, and then he actually completed the game in a no-boss mini-boss run with 13%. So yeah, that was done on April the 1st, 2007, so I think it makes kinda sense that skipping the Gravity suit has been found out after that date. March the 10th, 2007 really made no sense. I also brought up that no-boss mini-boss thing again, which I thought was kind of fitting, because I've already brought that up in the last part, because that was basically the motivation for me to ever consider even doing suitless runs, you know, Red Scarlet's no-boss mini-boss run back then. Okay, so as I've said, our main objective here is to grab some power bombs, because power bombs will open up quite a lot of new paths to other upgrades, particularly even more power bombs, which will be useful in Norfair, because more power bombs mean that we can perform more crystal flashes to refill our health. I've already said that this is not going to be a max percent suitless run, which means that I'm not going to get every possible item that you can get without having a suit. And so I will probably not get every normal missile expansion. I've killed the Rippers in this room with super missiles so that I can jump up easier here, because those Rippers are quite disturbing while you're distracting rather while you do the wall jumps. And this last part is a bit difficult. The wall jump off of this platform that I'm shooting here, I'm trying to demonstrate that's a bit difficult, so I've been killing those Rippers to make that easier. Yeah, so as I've said, we will not be getting every possible item here, but I will grab items when they're along our way, like the missile expansions that we've grabbed in this part so far. They were pretty much right on our way. We were already traversing through the rooms anyway, so might as well pick up the missile expansions that are inside those rooms, which are pretty much right on our way, right? Doesn't hurt, but in this type of playthrough, I really don't think that we need more than like 40 or 50 missiles, right? Missiles are pretty useless in this game, let's be honest. Charge beam and super missiles are just much more useful. And for the Suitless run, we really just want 40 or 50 missiles so that we can perform crystal flashes often enough. It will, however, be important that we get every single super missile and power bomb pack, because those are more important to perform crystal flashes. I mean, you could get 200 missiles, but you won't use 20 crystal flashes, right? However, we need all the super missiles, which is 50, so that we can perform 5 crystal flashes. Except I'm actually pretty sure that one super missile expansion in Meridia is impossible to get, so we will probably end up with 45 super missiles, and we will probably also end up with 45 power bombs, because one of the super missile expansions, one of the power bomb expansions in Meridia is extremely awkward to get. Let me try a damage boost. I failed, of course. Let me try this again, just to show off a little bit. Of course I fail like hell. Wow. Damage boosts when the enemies are below you are pretty difficult, I think. Wow, I usually don't fail this hard though. Can I do it? I actually can't seem to do it. What the hell? Wow, I can't damage boost anymore. That's weird. There we go. Jesus hell. I've been wasting quite some time here, but I was just trying to check if I forgot how to do damage boosting. I really needed to check that. Sorry for wasting everybody's time here. Got quite a lot of damage there as well too, which is kind of bad because we need health for the next room. Because we are going to grab a power bomb expansion behind this green door right here, but there are really strong enemies behind that door which deal like 80 damage. So let us use this save station here for safety reasons in case we die. And let's defeat those Cactus Plant thing enemies here to get super missile refills. These guys, different enemies have like different possible item drop combinations, and these guys pretty much have a guaranteed super missile drop when you aren't already full on super missiles. And if you are full on ammo, but you need health, then I think they will drop a 20 energy unit every single time. I mean a huge energy unit which replenishes 20 energy units. I really mean a large energy refill. I think that's the correct name. A large energy refill which refills 20 energy units. So the strategy here is just quickly go in here and just spam missiles, and once we are cornered we just use a power bomb, and there we go. Because while we are being morphed, those enemies can't hit us, and yeah. So, and the power bombs deal a lot of damage. So once they get close, I just morph and power bomb them. A single power bomb can hit an enemy twice, and that's exactly what pretty much happened with the last guy here on the left side. The power bomb has hit him twice, and that's enough to kill him. You need 2 power bomb hits to kill those enemies. So now let's ride up the elevator here and go back to Crateria, and then we will be able to grab some more early items. If you're really good, then you could go to Wreckage Ship right now if you perform a continuous wall jump or a diagonal bomb jump. But I can't do either of those things, so I can't enter the Wreckage Ship early. If you can do that, then that would mean even more energy tanks and reserve tanks before entering Norfair, which would be even more useful, but yeah, as I said, I can't do this. Let us blow up this power bomb door already so that we don't have to bother with this later. We're going to fill up our ammunition on the ship now. In the previous room, there were those green crab enemies, by the way, as we were climbing up that one shaft. And those guys are powerful as fuck. They deal like 120 units of damage if you don't have any suit, which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, let us refill our health and ammo at the ship, and after that we will grab some additional items. There we go, we are being saved. You should always try to save as often as possible, because without a suit it's easier to die than you might expect, and obviously if you don't save enough, then you lose a ton of progress. I found that out the hard way once. In general, if you don't do a speed run or anything and you're playing a game with save stations, then it's really wise to just use the save stations wherever you can. It might take like 15 seconds, but that's 15 seconds well spent. Because no matter how sure you are that you are going to survive, you might still accidentally die and lose a ton of progress. We're going to infinite bomb jump up here in order to gain access to that room on the upper right early and to grab power bombs. And yeah, we're already at 40 missiles, which is... Ooh, that bomb was badly timed, but I'm still going. Yeah, to do the infinite bomb jump, all you need to do is, as you descend after a single bomb propels you upward, you just need to place a bomb right above the bomb that is about to explode as you descend. That way you will gain a slight amount of height with each bomb jump, and it's possible to infinitely keep going, right? You can also do this in a different style by pretty much doing some sort of infinite double bomb jump, which is faster but more difficult. But yeah, we're not in a hurry, so we might as well just do it like this. Those enemies that I've killed with power bombs deal quite a lot of damage if you don't have any suit, so that's why I killed them, to prevent taking a lot of damage. And let me demonstrate something. The acid hurts really badly if you don't have a suit. We've barely stood in the acid here for demo reasons, but we took over an energy tank of damage. So let's refill that energy that we lost and save the game, because we are going to enter another room which has dangerous acid, which can easily kill us, because we've only got 2 energy tanks, which really isn't a whole lot. We are going to enter this next part really early. You really are not supposed to already climb this part up here, but we're going to do it anyway. By the way, if you are American and you are watching this video, then you might think that the video seems to go slightly slower than it usually does for you, and that's because I'm playing on the European PAL version, you know, PAL, and we are playing with a frequency of 50 Hz here as opposed to 60 Hz, you know, 50 frames per second as opposed to 60, and so the game runs slightly slower than it would on the North American version. However, this is still all perfectly watchable and playable, because on the Super Nintendo the 50 Hz optimization was a lot better. It's not like on the normal Nintendo Entertainment System, where 50 Hz is unfucking playable because it's slow as all hell, which really makes the European NES pretty weak and not really worth it, unless you're going for the PAL only titles, which I, by the way, do. I do have a European NES, and I pretty much am keeping it only for the European only titles. We've already lost a ton of energy in this room. Really need to be careful here. We quickly blow up a power bomb here and grab this energy tank, because I always do this as I enter the room, because the lava is now timed so that it goes down right now, and so we quickly destroy the block with the power bomb and go through the mothball tunnel. If you don't do this quickly, then you would have for the lava to go back down again. So that's why I always do the room like that. Always use a power bomb right as you enter. Ouch. The spikes deal 60 damage, which is quite a lot. But yeah, we're playing on 50 Hz, and the game is also slightly easier on that version. Particularly Ridley comes in my mind. You need to be careful, the lava reaches above those little platforms here. We already lost more than 2 energy tanks again. And what was I saying? Yeah, Ridley, for example, is much easier here on the European version, because he really moves a lot slower. He's one of the bosses where the difference between 50 and 60 Hz is actually fairly large. However, the rest of the game, or really just in general, most of the game really isn't that bad in 50 Hz. As I've said, the Super Nintendo handles 50 Hz quite well. It's really good 50 Hz optimization. That's a trick that I saw in some sort of speedrun, 100% speedrun. You stand in the middle of those crumbling blocks so that you destroy all of them at the same time, and so that you can get both of the missile expansions in one clean run. Because otherwise, if you like, say, only destroy the right side of crumbling blocks, then you can only get the missile expansion on the right, and then you would have to redo the entire thing all over again, which would be a huge waste of time. There were some hidden enemies behind those walls. It's those enemies which latch onto you and suck your health. But yeah, the power bomb blew them up before they even had a chance to attack you. They are really only there, I think, because these are enemies that give guaranteed power bomb drops, and you need power bombs, I think, to escape the place further down. So that's why those guys were there, I think. Not sure though. Let's refill some of our health here. Even although we are about to get another energy tank anyway, but can't hurt to refill our energy anyway, I think. So yeah, we're already at 50 missiles. That's a very good amount. At this point we really don't need to worry about missiles, and we really just will grab any missiles that are going to be along our way. Not going to use that save station because we are at full health, and this time I really am not going to die. There's no way that will happen. And yeah, again, this is another energy tank which we can get because we got early power bombs, and by another energy tank I really mean the first energy tank. This is actually the first energy tank which really requires power bombs, because we had to destroy a power bomb block to drop down the shaft 2 rooms ago. There's this little trap here, invisible floor, invisible hole. Let's jump over that and grab that energy tank. The energy tank in Criteria and that we got doesn't actually require power bombs, I think. You can destroy those walls with normal bombs, but power bombs are just useful there, because in the acid rooms it's much easier to destroy the walls quickly with power bombs rather than normal bombs. Because you need to destroy those walls quickly so that you can into spots that are safe from the acid. So yeah, overall I think that for a casual Suitless run it really is very useful to just get power bombs before you go into Norfair. And in general, just right as you enter the first red soil Brinstar room, you should get power bombs right away. Been wasting a lot of missiles on those frog dudes. Those are the enemies that I meant before in Criteria, where I said we just defeated those enemies that latch onto you and suck your health. Those are the guys that I meant. So now we're in the famous wall jump room, and we were a hell of a lot faster than those guys were. And then we get another power bomb. See, once you get the first power bomb expansion, the other power bomb expansions follow quite quickly. Holy shit, I actually didn't drop down. I think I successfully mockballed into that little mothball tunnel there. Because usually let me demonstrate this. Usually as I roll out of the room, you totally fall down that huge shaft here. That was kind of nice. So yeah, let's escape that room. And then I think it's time to call that a video. We will ironically use the same save station as we used in the previous part. That's not something that I intended, but that's just how it goes. That's just how far we made it in 20 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the part, and I will see you at the next one.